Episode 155, Soul Land. DouLuo DaLu. Good day again. Subscribes, likes, and comments. 188, Divine Artifact, Wishful 8 Treasure Soft Armor. TL by Piggy Bottle. Without hesitating on the use of his teleportation, Tang San had already appeared in front of two spirit kings who were standing together, his 8 spider lances piercing through their stunned forms like it was paper. Their vitality was also drained away the moment their body got pierced. As such, the large amount of spirit power Tang San had expended was quickly recovered. During such opportunities when Tang San could fully utilize the draining abilities of his 8 spider lances like this, Tang San had very strong combat endurance. He did not even need to use the highly poisonous venom on the 8 spider lances, all he had to do was drain and he would suck dry all who had been pierced. And during this process, Tang San had only used 2 seconds. To save time, while Tang San's 8 spider lances were still carrying the 2 corpses, he had already teleported in front of yet another spirit king and repeated the same stabbing process without any pause. By the time he was done, there were only 3 spirit masters from Geng Xin City's Spirit Hall branch still alive. By the time Myers and his companions came to their senses, they already did not care about the carnage around them, and were practically ready to burst out their strongest spirit abilities at any time. Perhaps to protect their lives, the spirit power they released was enough to suddenly break the Death God domain. In a life-threatening situation, they had managed to unleash their maximum potential. Tang San dropped the 3 dry corpses on the spider lances in front of him. Instead of retreating like his opponents would expect, he instead rushed forward to meet the full frontal assault of 2 spirit kings and a spirit emperor head-on. A golden light enveloped Tang San's body, rendering his opponent's attacks ineffective like a clay ox dissolving in the ocean, his cold blue gaze reflecting the fear in their eyes. 3 opponents, in 3 different directions, after withstanding their combined attacks, Tang San had already appeared in front of another spirit king. The 3 seconds of invincibility given by the invincible golden body was enough for Tang San to do many things, while the 3 of them were stunned by how Tang San was unharmed by their combined spirit attacks. His 8 spider lances had already pierced that spirit king's chest. A purple-colored light also shot out of Tang San's eyes, and the last spirit king's head exploded into a rain of blood. The timing he chose to release the purple god light was just when their spirit abilities had ended. How could he have possibly blocked it? Myers was going insane, be it the terrifying lethality of the attacks, the blood-red 6th spirit ring or the fact that he managed to withstand 3 of their all-out attacks unharmed, had already made the fear in his heart reach the maximum level. When a person reaches this level of fear, it can no longer be called fear but madness, true madness. But, Tang San did not even give him a chance to go mad. The instant invincible golden body ended, Tang San once again disappeared using his frightening teleport ability. Both were spirit emperors, but how could Myers even come close to comparing with him? Even spirit DouLuo level elites might have a hard time fighting Tang San head-on. Even though Tang San had already exhausted more than 80% of his spirit power, the final result of this battle still wouldn't change. This time, after teleporting, Tang San did not appear behind his opponent's back. Rather he chose to appear right in front of Myers, choosing to release his second spirit ring ability, Parasite, which consumed only a little spirit power. Calming down Myers who was going insane, the 8 spider lances on Tang San's back exploited this moment of restraint to rest on his body. Without stabbing through, without draining, only lightly scratching his skin, releasing the deadly poison, in an instant Myers was paralyzed stiff. This is, Elders, de, Scissorin. Meyer asked while stuttering. Up till now, he had thought that Titan was a spirit hall elder, and Tang San was his subordinate. Tang San laughed, a cold laughter, surrounded by this ring of corpses. His smiling appearance, akin to a death god, made Myers lose all hope of surviving. This is my own decision, this is the interest I am collecting from Spirit Hall. When you tried to take liberties with my Xiao Wu, your fate was already sealed. PSSSH. A rain of blood erupted, without absorbing, by only stabbing through, the 8 thick spider lances instantaneously tore through the human body violently, a sight reminiscent of when Tang San was still within Slaughter City. All the pain suppressed within his heart let out with this slaughter today. He never could forget the feeling of powerlessness when Xiao Wu sacrificed her life to save him. Tang San vowed to be able to control life, to control his life, to control the lives of others. Baptized by the killings in Slaughter City, the sight of a couple of corpses here had no effect on Tang San. Throwing Myers' mangled corpse on the floor, he silently went to collect the hidden weapons he had used on these spirit masters. And just now, in the distance, rose the expected raging flames. After eating a large recovery sausage, looking at the flames in the distance, the violence in his heart too gradually melted away. Although the forces of the spirit hall were immense, at the same time the ground they had to govern was vast. Although directly engaging them was still impossible, striking their flanks was possible. Given Tang San's strength, as long as it was not an elite with extremely high restraining capabilities, even if he could not win he could still at least guarantee his survival. After learning about his parents' grudge, he had already started to lay down plans to eat away at the spirit hall. Today was the start, and it was only a start. His parents' vengeance, Xiao Wu's vengeance and also Clear Sky School's vengeance, he would slowly but surely repay it all to the spirit hall. Loud footsteps came from a distance, although the disturbance here was minimal, the dazzling lights still easily attracted attention within Gengxian city. Stepping past the bloody floor, Tang San gradually melted into the darkness. The very next morning, a piece of news spread explosively throughout the streets of Gengxian city. The Spirit Hall branch in Gengxian city had been burnt to ashes the previous night. Including Myers, a total of 34 spirit masters lay dead on the streets of Gengxian city, each with unique causes of death, dyeing that street a sea of red. What a powerful existence the Spirit Hall was! It was one that even the two great empires had to show consideration for. The officials in the city also did not dare to offend them, but, for it to have been completely demolished along with over 30 spirit masters in a city like Gengxian city. Not just the hall but also the members, for such a thing, it has never ever occurred before in the continent, let alone in a city like Gengxian. The atmosphere in Gengxian city suddenly became very tense and severe. Officials started carrying out strict investigation, the city gates were closed, not letting anyone in or out. Door-to-door searches started to look for the perpetrators. Of course, everyone knew that this was just for show. After all, how could the perpetrators who easily wiped out over 30 members of the Spirit Hall be so easily caught? All that the officials could realistically do was to report the incident to Spirit Hall and wait for them to come and resolve the incident. Within the city populace, the majority of the commoners were clapping their hands in cheer. Given Myers' personality, there was a large number of people who were oppressed by him and the Spirit Hall branch. The Lord Spirit Hall in Gengxian city being raised was applauded almost all over the city. Without anyone's notice, the main gates that had been closed since dawn, had already opened and 2 carriages had also silently left. Given Lu Gao's status, who would be able to stop him from leaving the city? What's more, last night, the Blacksmith Association had already officially announced that Si Long would be taking over as the president. On the trip back, the Shrek 5 rode in one carriage, while the 2 divine craftsmen, obsessed with hidden weapons, rode in the other. Meanwhile, Siu and Si Kai, these 2 smith scholars did not come with Lu Gao to the Tang sect. Si Long, who had just taken over as the Blacksmith Association president, still required their help. Hence, they had previously arranged with Tang San to wait after things have settled down in the Blacksmith Association before catching up at Tang sect after a month. Ma Hongjun complained, "Third brother, yesterday I got so much good loot from the Spirit Hall branch, why did you make me hand them over to the Blacksmith Association? That was quite a large sum of wealth, you know." After the Spirit Hall branch was raised, Ma Hongjun couldn't possibly come back empty-handed, he instead brought back a shockingly large amount of treasures. Tang San smilingly spoke, "Those were all obtained from the blood and sweat of the residents in Gengxian city, it's not good to hold on to them. Handing them over to the Blacksmith Association and letting them gradually return it to the people would be better. Then the Blacksmith Association would also receive the gratitude of the people. The things in the auction yesterday, including those 2 divine artifacts, have already been given to us at half the price, is it not already enough? The harvest from this trip have already exceeded my expectations, we should not be too greedy, don't you agree?" While saying that, Tang San gaze tinged with a slight bit of worry fell upon Xiao Wu. Currently, the situation in the horse carriage was slightly strange. The Xiao Wu who was normally glued to Tang San instead sat by Ning Rongrong, sleeping sweetly on Ning Rongrong's thighs. Last night, after Tang San came back, no matter what, Xiao Wu was unwilling to go near him, rather she looked at Tang San with a fearful look. No matter how hard Tang San tried, Xiao Wu did not want to even go close to him. Only after a sleepless night, all the way till dawn, did Xiao Wu gradually calm down. Tang San could also guess, Xiao Wu, who had lost her spirit, was probably avoiding him due to the heavy smell of blood he had on him. Although she had no intention to, her senses were keen as usual, and even up till now, she was unwilling to be near him. This morning, before the sun even rose, after the group finished packing their goods onto the horse carriage, did Xiao Wu curl up by Ning Rongrong and slept. Hearing what Tang San said, Ma Hongzhen scratched his head and agreed, that is true, even if I spent that money, I would not feel too good about it. But, what do we do if we run into such a thing in the future? We cannot possibly just give it to the local governors, not every place is like Gengxin City. Tang San thought for a while before saying, then we will play it by ear, handing it over to the local governors should be unlikely, after all, that would just be returning the things to the hands of Spirit Hall. Oscar, who was sitting beside Tang San, said, how I envy Xiao Wu, she can sleep so sweetly without having to worry about anything. Ma Hongzhen looked at Oscar with contempt, you are just jealous that Xiao Wu can lay down on Ning Rongrong's lap. He. Oscar righteously rebutted, what is there to be jealous about? Is not as if your big brother has never laid there before. After saying this, did he realize he made a mistake? Ning Rongrong was glaring at him with a murderous look in her eyes. Seeing them like this, Tang San could not help but smile. After last night's slaughtering, his heart originally still had some violent intentions lurking inside, but now with his companions sitting beside him relaxed like this they had subsided. Although after his experience in Slaughter City he was rehabilitated by Yu Hua, his murderous aura had not truly disappeared. This was also something that could never disappear, otherwise, his death god domain would also lose its effect. After fiercely pinching Oscar's soft waist, Ning Rongrong stared at Fatty. Stupid Fatty, you dare make fun of us? You better forget about trying to find a wife. Do you think the girls you try to court would more easily trust me or you? Ma Hongzhen widened his eyes, wrong, you cannot be like this. You all are already paired up, this big brother finally has a target in mind. Ning Rongrong with a humph, lifted her head and did not look at him. Ma Hongzhen coughed dryly twice. Okay, I won't tease you anymore next time. Let's change the topic. Wrong, the two divine artifacts you kept away yesterday. Take them out and let us all have a look. Let us see just how strong it really is. Upon saying this, even Tang San's interest was roused. After they had came back last night, Lu Gao kept his words and handed over everything that Myers won in the auction. Furthermore, as Ma Hongzhen took back a large fortune from the Spirit Hall, these goods were sold at half price to the Tang sect. Of course, this included the 2 sets of Wishful 8 treasure soft armor hailed as divine artifacts. Ning Rongrong nodded, her hand flashed and the 2 sets of Wishful 8 treasure soft armors appeared in her hands. The male version of the armor had already been shown on yesterday's auction, it was blue, while the other female version was white. The 2 sets of soft armor did not have any decorations on them, and at the same time did not feel too heavy when it was being held on the hands. Ning Rongrong immediately handed them over to Tang San. After receiving these 2 sets of armor, he held up the male set and lightly pulled at it. The soft armor immediately opened up and stretched itself, and when he let go it immediately reverted to its original form. Extremely elastic. With a long breath, Tang San commended, how marvelous. It is hard to imagine how Senior Lu Gao came up with how to make this. Oscar reminded Tang San, you should be calling him Elder Lu Gao now, after all he is now also part of the Tang sect. Tang San told the Ma Hongzhen beside him, try using your phoenix fire on it for a bit. While saying that, he held out the blue male version of the armor in front of Ma Hongzhen. Ma Hongzhen nodded. With his current strength, he could make use of his phoenix flame without having to fully release his spirit power. A small bundle of orange flames emerged on his fingertips as he put them onto the armor. Ma Hongzhen's phoenix fire had strong adhesive properties, and even though the quantity was small, it was enough to greatly increase the temperature inside the carriage. Everyone's stares were centered on the set of armor. Under the burn of the phoenix flame, the glistening shiny surface did not change a single bit. Tang San nodded his head, signaling to Ma Hongzhen to stop, before telling the group, across the armor I could only feel a little bit of the warmth. This thing is very resistant to heat. When Grandmaster Sid said that it could resist the attack of any spirit master below level 60, it should include all forms of direct attack. This is really a treasure you can never have too many of. While saying that, he handed the soft armor in his hand to Oscar, little Ao, you wear this male armor. Oscar also did not hold back and smilingly took over the Wishful 8 treasure soft armor. Although he already had the mirror sausage and could gain some fighting abilities for a short time, he was still an auxiliary food system spirit master. This armor would be far more beneficial to him than to Tang San or Ma Hongzhen. Holding the other white set of armor, Tang San's face gave off some hesitation. Looking at Ning Rongrong and the Xiaowu sweetly sleeping on her lap, he could not make a decision. Both Ning Rongrong and Xiaowu did not have any defensive capabilities, but there was only one set of armor, who should he give it to? The money came from the 7 treasure tile glazed clan and almost all million of the gold coins they brought had been spent. But the Xiaowu now was obviously more vulnerable than Ning Rongrong. Furthermore, based on his feelings, he would definitely favor Xiaowu more, but because it was like this, he was unable to make a decision. Ning Rongrong was smart and could tell what Tang San was troubled over. Smiling she said, "Third brother, why don't you just give it to me? When we stop for a break later I will put it on Xiaowu, she is more suited for it. Didn't Senior Lu Gao also promise to custom make these armors for us? I can get one from him then." Tang San handed over the armor, with some gratitude spilling out from his eyes, yet he did not say a word of thanks. The Shrek 7 devils had gone through life and death together, saying thanks now would just be hypocritical. Xiaowu did not go near Tang San for a whole 3 days. After 3 days, the situation slowly changed, the fear in her heart was gradually diminishing, while the bloody scent on Tang San also gradually subsided, only then did she once again approach Tang San's side. The white-colored female wishful 8 treasure soft armor had already been transferred onto Xiaowu. Putting on this armor was slightly troublesome, naturally that meant that removing it was also not very easy. What's more, it also stuck close to the skin, therefore at night, Tang San no longer had to face the torment of happiness and pain at the same time. Although the Xiaowu wearing the armor had equally enticing curves, it was still better than her appeal while wearing nothing. While they were about 3 days away from Heaven Do Empire, Lu Gao took the initiative to seek Tang San to have a private talk. Ma Hongjun, Oscar and Ning Rongrong temporarily moved to the other carriage. Regarding Xiaowu, Tang San was unwilling to let her leave. As Lu Gao also knew about Xiaowu's condition, he naturally did not mind as well. "Elder Lu Gao, what do you seek me for?" Tang San looked at Lu Gao. From Lu Gao's expression, he could see the fanaticism in his heart. This kind of fanaticism was something Tang San had experienced in his previous life. In this world, it had actually died down quite significantly, most probably because unlike in the previous world, he was not alone here. Lu Gao pulled out the stack of diagrams from under his arm. These were the diagrams Tang San had given him after they left Gangxin City. They were the full diagrams for the torrential pear blossom needles. These were what Tang San had managed to obtain by himself from deep within Tang sect. Naturally these memories left a deep impression on him and thus the diagrams were also very detailed. "Sect Master, this old man has a request that I would like you to agree to," Lu Gao said while intently looking at Tang San. Tang San said, "You want to make the torrential pear blossom needles?" Lu Gao furiously nodded his head. "Tai Tan and I have already thoroughly discussed, I am about 60% confident that I am able to craft this hidden weapon. Sect Master, we also have the deep sea sunken silver right now. Won't you just let me try? I believe that it would transcend all the things I have crafted in the past." Tang San sighed and said, "Senior, I understand how you feel right now. I also do not doubt your skill in the craft. But, there is a very troublesome problem right now, that is the problem with the deep sea sunken silver. With our abilities right now, it would be practically impossible to smith with it. Unless, you have some method." Upon speaking about this, Lu Gao was slightly disappointed. "No way, I have also already tried. That thing is just too resilient, even Tai Tan and my full strength could barely change its shape and would not be able to smith with it. But Tai Tan told me, you had a way, that is why I came to you. Sect Master, you must know how I am feeling right now, please let me be in charge of this project." Tang San thought for a while before saying, "Fine then, after we return to the Tang sect, let me send you some place. Only the people there could have a chance of forging this. As far as I know, this deep sea sunken silver cannot be forged via flame, only beating it with monstrous strength will soften it. Only then can it be used for forging. But this softening is also only for a very brief period, in other words, you need someone strong enough to be able to constantly help you, only then can you successfully forge with it. It's a pity your father. If not, given his strength, it should naturally be possible. Among the 3 of us divine craftsmen, your father is the one who can purify metals to the highest extent with his strength and thus became a divine craftsman. If he were to work together with us on this then our success rate would be over 90%. The clear sky hammer is indeed the most powerful and most destructive spirit tool, but also in my opinion, the most suitable for creating. Tang San thought about it for a while before saying, leave this to me, I will certainly find you a suitable partner. Holding onto the diagrams tightly, Lu Gao's eyes let out a feeling of longing. In Tang San's heart, Lu Gao's importance to the Tang sect was not any lower than Tai Tan. If Tai Tan was the one who could control the manufacture of all the hidden weapons in the Tang sect, then Lu Gao would be the one who made the most sophisticated hidden weapons in the sect. With these two divine smiths present, then Tang San could focus more of his energies in training and handling the various affairs in the sect, and not have to physically participate in the weapon making. To create the torrential pear blossom needles was also his wish. Were Lu Gao successful in making it, it would no doubt make the Tang sect a more formidable name. Evening was the time nightlife in the Heaven Do Empire truly started. The 2-horse carriage brought the Shrek 5 and the 2 divine craftsmen into the city. In order to come back quickly they constantly traveled through the day, only stopping to sleep at night, thus the trip was comparatively quicker compared to when they headed to Geng Xin City. The horse carriages went straight back to the doorstep of the Tang sect. The inscribed board on the Tang sect still said Strength Clan, as if nothing had changed in this time. But after Tang San and the others stepped off the carriage, they saw that, in front of the gate, Defense Clan Chief Niu Gao, Speed Clan Chief Bai He, as well as Breaking Clan Chief Yang Wudi, all stood waiting to receive them. Tang San was slightly shocked that the 3 clan leaders, no, the 3 elders came out to greet them and said, how did you 3 elders know that I had returned? Bai He lightly smiled, Sect Master, don't tell me you forgot what the special trait of our Speed Clan is. Only now did Tang San realize, you all already had the Speed Clan clansmen start operating. Bai He smiled, we cannot just sit inside the Tang sect eating rice. After we settled down, I sent all of them out. Now all the key locations within Heaven Do City are all monitored by our clansmen. Whatever happens within the city will also be immediately reported back to us. This is also good practice for our clansmen. Niu Gao also laughingly said, what this clan, that clan, we are all Tang sect members now. Sect Master, don't just stand here already, let's all go in and take a look, shall we? We can't just let this old whitebird keep boasting here, you need to see what we have achieved together during this period. Our sect has basically become established already, the last bit of finishing touches just have to slowly be adjusted. Yang Wudi did not speak but only nodded towards Tang San. The 4 individual clans united under Tang sect, Tang San first introduced these 3 clan patriarchs to Lu Gao, before returning back to Tang sect surrounded by his own people. While walking through the Tang sect door, he was considering a problem. Since the Tang sect could be considered formally established already, there needed to be a change in the way they addressed each other. There could no longer be the individual clan factions, but rather unified titles and divisions. If not, how could it still be called Tang sect? Slowly, a structure for the present Tang sect began to take form in his mind. Walking into the Tang sect, he could feel the original Strength clan was slightly different. The construction originally belonging to the Strength clan was already slightly changed. If it was somebody else, perhaps they might not notice, but Tang San was different, because whenever Tang San went somewhere new, his mental energies would always carefully inspect the surroundings. Furthermore, the Strength clan grounds was where the Tang sect would be in the future, naturally he would even more carefully observe the place. At the moment, on the surface it seemed like nothing had changed, but compared to the place Tang San had in his memory it was different. After Niu Gao's explanation did Tang San figure out why. The changes were made because of the Tang sect hidden weapons. Other than the places that were reinforced, there were now a number of places that hidden weapons could be rigged. For example, some bricks on the walls could be removed and hidden weapons can be launched in an instant. Of course, this was only Tang San's first impression upon walking through the doors. After walking to the main halls, he could truly appreciate the architectural skills of the Great Defense Clan. The interior area of the main building had nearly doubled. Many of the original buildings had also been transformed, and also many more different buildings had been added. How huge a project it must have been! In this short period of time, not only did the Defense Clan complete the entire construction, but also all the new buildings did not clash at all with the style of the original Strength Clan. It completely did not give off even the slightest feeling of not belonging. All the buildings within the Tang sect exuded a harmonious aura, even the difference between the new and old was barely visible. What kind of craftsmanship was this? The Defense Clan's achievements in architecture gave Tang San the same feeling of respect he had towards the divine smith Lu Gao. Niu Gao spoke to Tang San in his booming voice, Sect Master, at the moment, our Tang sect is divided into 5 districts, each of the 4 cardinal directions is for a clan, while the central area shall be the sect manor. At the moment, our Tang sect has a total of 1087 spirit masters, and based on the current state of our construction, we can accommodate about another 400 people comfortably, bringing our total to 1500 people. Also, according to our new layout, the moment Tang sect encounters enemy attack, all the spirit masters are able to take the shortest route to take up their combat positions. Unfortunately, you forbade me from carrying out a large-scale reconstruction of the outer walls, if not I would have made the Tang sect a fortress-like compound. Tang San smilingly said, Elder Niu Gao, you have already done an extremely good job. The defense clan is indeed the master of the construction industry. I really did not expect that you would be able to finish such a huge project in such a short amount of time. While saying that, the group had already arrived at the main manor hall. A huge plaque hung atop the doors of the main manor. Engraved in gold were the words Sect Master Manor. The first thing they saw upon entering was a bright and spacious square courtyard. On both sides were some simple decorations with no other plants in the courtyard. Across this yard was the Sect Master's meeting hall. This spacious hall could easily accommodate 50 people and not be crowded. Further behind was the Sect Master's living quarters. Of course, the specially designed room for Tang San originally belonged to Titan, and after the redesigning, it had become the most well-protected place in the whole Tang sect, but, in accordance to Tang San's wishes, there were no excessive luxuries. With everyone seated in the main meeting hall, Tang San sat in the main seat. Towards the left were the 4 single-attribute clan patriarchs and the divine smith Lu Gao, whereas on the right were 4 of the Shrek 7 devils. Since it was time for work, Tang San handed Xiaowu over to Ning Rongrong to care for. Xiaowu was also very docile. As long as it was with either Tang San or Ning Rongrong, she would not have any feelings of restlessness. With a smile, Tang San said, I never thought that, in this short a time, I would come back to so many surprises. Our Tang sect can finally be considered established. Because of the current state of the Spirit Master world, in order to avoid trouble, I would like to avoid spreading our name outside for now. Elder Niu Gao really gave me a big surprise. Each of the 4 single-attribute clans are the cornerstones of our Tang sect's foundation. After today, I will still rely on the combined efforts of you elders, to allow the Tang sect to flourish. Niu Gao said with a laugh, Sect Master, everyone here is a part of Tang sect, you don't have to be so polite. If you need anything done, however you want to develop the Tang sect, it's all up to you. Tang San nodded his head saying, this time the trip I made with Elder Titan to Geng Xin City was extremely rewarding. Not only did we manage to bring the divine craftsman Lu Gao back, we also procured many resources. But before we allocate anything, I have a proposal that I hope to discuss with you elders. After speaking to this point, Tang San paused for a bit. Although he still had nothing much to his name now, the strength he showed while he tried to win over the 4 single-attribute clans had long since caused these patriarchs to acknowledge him. At this moment, everyone's gazes were on him, quietly listening to his words. The 4 great single-attribute clans, after joining the Tang sect, shall become one entity. To prevent any conflicts between the clans, why don't we change the titles to something unified? At the same time the 4 elders can also take up specific responsibilities. From now on, if there are any large decisions to make, then let us all discuss together before coming up with a consensus. Yang Wudi opened his mouth for the first time since he came back. Sect Master, please describe the specifics a bit. Tang San nodded, my plan is like this. These 4 beside me are companions who have gone through thick and thin with me, and shall together with you elders work together on the future Tang sect affairs. Let me introduce each of them to you. The first one to my right is the rank 61 Auxiliary Food System Spirit Emperor Oscar. He shall be responsible for the logistics of the Tang sect in the future. Oscar stood up and bowed with a smile on his face towards the 4 sect elders and Lu Gao. Oscar was just as young, but there was not a shred of contempt in these elders' hearts. After learning a lesson from Tang San, and his introduction of Oscar, a flash of alarm could be seen in these 4 elders' eyes. This episode finish at here. Comments with us and share your soul land feelings. Happy day!